Assalamu alaikum. Holy name of Almighty God, whose personal and proper name is Allah. We forever thank Allah for coming to us and searching among us, finding one, raising him to lead and teach you and I in the way of truth and light. I speak none other than our beloved leading teacher, Muhammad Elijah Muhammad, and greet my brothers and sisters in our original language, which is the Arabic language, which means may peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, I'm here to tell you this afternoon that you better wonder not what will happen to the Nation of Islam, but you better start wondering what will happen to you if you don't become a member of the Nation of Islam.
If a race of people were taught to hate their skin,
we were people who were lost.
We was told that black was nothing.
Their nose, their lips, their eyes.
We did have some identity problems.
Taught that they were inferior by nature.
Black is ugly.
How would you restore confidence in those people?
We know the psychological abuse that's taking place over all these years, and we know you need help.
It grew up in you. It was just part of life.
Nobody came to the African American, to the so-called Negro, as Elijah Muhammad called him, and offered him any kind of debriefing or deprogramming.
There was a total severance of a people's memory.
He told us, in effect, that we were actually more than what we were, to try to balance off us being nothing.
I don't think anything else had that great an impact on changing a people's personality and attitude.
I believe it was a greater force. And I believe that the greater force was behind this movement.
But Elijah Muhammad saw something. He knew that we needed to be psychologically resurrected. We know you have to reconcile the abuse that is taking place in your life.
With the 1950s and 60s, America saw the rise of the civil rights movement's attempt to address the marginalization of African Americans. From protests and sit-ins and demonstrations, they worked non-stop to try and integrate African American people into the mainstream of society. Yet there was one man who came onto the scene with an entirely different philosophy, and it was not based upon integration. With unrivaled boldness and a fearless gait, he stood erect and told 22 million African Americans
that the fault is not on the slave master anymore. It's we hindering ourselves. Right. You're the one to be blamed. Yes, sir.
There was nothing in the message of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that was a hate teaching. It was all historical facts. The black man was taken from Africa, that's a historical fact. Black man was made a slave in America, that's a historical fact. He was sold from plantation to plantation, historical fact. He wasn't even mentioned in the Constitution except as chattel. That's a historical fact.
What about the part where the white man was the devil? Was that hate teaching?
No. The white people were classified as devils not because of their color, but because of their deeds, but because of their actions, because of the things that they did and the things that they continued to do.
I have a letter from the FBI naming the guy and saying that he was wounded apparently in the assassination of Malcolm Little and was in Florida hiding, and sent this to the New York City Police Department, and they said, we're no longer interested in that individual.
The FBI?
The Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Malcolm X's assassination. You remember that day?
Oh, I remember it all, yeah.
No one could carry out a threat of death as well as the FOI, the Nation of Islam. Then why didn't they do it?
There are people that believe that Malcolm X's assassination, the bombing of his home, and the threats that he received could not have happened without the approval of your grandfather,
the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Absolutely false.
But our daddy would have never had no Muslim killed. Never.